You know already how to create new calendar events, contacts or tasks. You have probably received thousands of emails. But did you know that you can create these objects by dragging and dropping other objects? Let's say you have received an email that results in some work you'll have to do. In order to have time for it, you want to block an hour in your calendar. You could of course go to your calendar and create a new appointment, but you can also simply drag this email to the calendar button in the Quick Launch panel. When you do it, Outlook will create an appointment and include the whole email text in the details field. You just need to choose the date and time you want to allocate for it. Similarly, if you have received an email and you want to add the sender to your contacts list, you can open that email, right-click on the sender and click Add to Outlook Contacts. Another way of achieving a similar effect is to simply drag the email and drop it on the calendar button in the Quick Launch panel. This will create a new contact, enter all the details, and additionally include the contents of that email in the notes field. This is especially useful if you want to create a reference for how the contact was established. You can also drag an email and drop it onto the Tasks button in the Quick Launch panel. This will create a new task and include the contents of the email in the details field. You will only have to define the start and end date and time. You may also have been to situations where you had a task in Outlook that you either created yourself or that was assigned to you, but you didn't have the time to work on it. This is often the case when you have many meetings. Your calendar gets filled with meetings, not leaving any space for any additional work. In order to block some time for working with tasks, you can drag a task and drop it onto the calendar button in the Quick Launch panel. This will create a calendar appointment with the task details included in the details of the appointment. This way of working goes for other combinations of objects too. For instance, you can take a calendar appointment and drag and drop it onto Tasks button to create a task based on that appointment. You can see if a given combination of objects works with this way of working by dragging an object over a button. If the mouse pointer changes its shape to an arrow with an attached rectangle, then you can create a new object by dropping this one onto the button. However, if the mouse pointer changes to the Access Forbidden icon, then you cannot create new objects with this method. As you can see, to-do items cannot be created by dragging and dropping other objects onto them. It is worth noting that the drag and drop method works also for objects outside of Microsoft Outlook. For instance, if you have a file that you will be working on and you want to block time in your calendar for it, you can also drag and drop it onto the calendar button in Outlook. The file that you drag and drop will become an attachment to the appointment you create. This will also work with dragging and dropping the file onto the Tasks button, the Contacts button, and even the Email button. A new email will then be created with the file added as an attachment. Hopefully this video helps you become more efficient with Microsoft Outlook. Be sure to check our other videos to learn more on how to use various Office applications.